Just after 7:15 on Saturday morning, we can stay with matters climate because things are looking pretty horrible weather-wise today. Helen's joining us because we are talking freezing rain and all kinds of warnings, Helen.
Yeah, it's one of probably the most dangerous type of weather, actually, John and Naga, that you can get. And it's extremely rare, as you said, here in this country. This is what it looks like. This was in Devon, actually, earlier this year in March. But as I say, prior to that, it's an extremely rare event. It doesn't happen very often. And one of the reasons that it's so dangerous is you can't see it. It's black ice. It's rain falling on frozen surfaces. So, yes, there are numerous warnings out today. I'm going to tell you about the amber warnings from the Met Office because, obviously, they're the most severe in level. But many parts of the UK have warnings out today. So, for the freezing rain event, that is obviously a major concern because it's treacherous. It happens almost instantaneously, and things freeze and become impassable. But also the snow is a real concern because we could see up to 10 to 20 centimetres of snow. That's a significant amount of snowfall blowing around in potentially storm force winds because of Storm Deirdre. Now, freezing rain, as I've mentioned already this morning, is when you've got snow that will melt as it reaches the temperatures in the air that are just a little bit above freezing, but it then falls back into frozen air and on frozen surfaces. So instantaneously, it will become like an ice rink. Roads, pavements become impassable, but anything, really, any cold surface at all, like power lines and trees, could bring down branches because obviously that weight suddenly on a branch will bring it down. So there are lots of reasons why this is a dangerous situation today, travel-wise. And please do stay tuned to your forecast, listening to your local radio. You've got all this mild air trying to come on top of that cold continental air that's been established all week. Naga, John have said themselves this morning they've been cold this week, certainly been hard to warm up. But as that process, that transition takes place, that's why we get this severe, very severe winter weather. We don't see this very often at all here in the UK. Those are the amber warning areas. This is the ice warning, freezing rain warning, if you like, and the snow further north. So we start off on a dry note. Not much happening at the moment. We're warning of things that haven't yet happened, but we are starting to see a smattering of snow initially. And then as it gets heavier later this morning to the afternoon, that's when the risk of the freezing rain really becomes major and significant snow further north across the Highlands of Scotland. Could even be a smattering of snow at low levels further south, but it does look like a mostly rain event here. Not just rain, though. Wet and windy conditions across the southwest, across southern England into Wales and Northern Ireland could bring flooding rains, potentially 30 to 50 millimetres. Translate that into snow over the hills and that freezing rain. You can see heavy freezing rain will cause some extremely nasty conditions, and that snow keeps falling as well across highland parts of Scotland. This is even at lower levels across Scotland because it is so cold. Temperatures will barely get above freezing today, and with that severe gale force wind potentially, it will feel raw. It probably feel actually colder than it did yesterday as a result of the strength of the winds really from Storm Deirdre, which continues to blow. Really nasty winds as we go through this evening and into Sunday as well. So really quite nasty night in terms of severe gale force winds. Still the snow falling across Scotland. But by the time we get to tomorrow, the hope is that the worst should be out of the way and we'll start to see some drier conditions and showery conditions coming in. But as I say, for the next 24 hours, it looks really very dangerous indeed because of the weather conditions. Naga and John.
We have been warned. Helen, for now, thank you very much indeed.